Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I'm going to start the second chapter, project management. What is vision? Vision is the image of the future. So we have to see the company's image, how it will be in the future based on the projects we have undertaken. That is the vision statement. Mission statement is the strategic purpose. Strategic purpose, it is actually the direction. It is actually the direction. It is actually the direction, scope of activities in an organization, which has a long-term planning. It has a long-term planning. Yeah, it has a long-term planning. How you manage the resources. How you manage the resources to accompany the changing environment. To accompany the changing environment in the company. How to the needs of markets. How to satisfy the needs of market and expectations of stakeholders and expectations. So these are the very important parameters to be seen in the mission of the mission following the strategic purpose. Then when you see the objectives is the desired future positions. What are the positions of the company? How it is going to gain profit in the future? So based on this, you have the objective. You have to frame the objective. Then goals, measurable milestones. Like for example, measurable milestones. It is the progress. It is the progress. It is the progress makers. They are the progress makers. They act as a flag. Flag means actually it is for example, they have a time which is independent. Very, very important. They have a time which is independent. It is very independent, and they have zero durations. This is very important. Zero durations. They are the zero durations. And therefore, when there is zero duration, there is no work, or no compensation, no consumption. No work and no consumption. So these are the no consumption of resources. So this is very important to be taken into consideration. So it acts as a progress flag, and time is independent, and it is known as zero duration and no work and no consumption of resources. So this is the measurable goals. Actually, this future positions is actually the thing. What do you see? The 5 year. You have to fix the time period, like 5 years. 5 years based on the action plan. Based on the action plans. Then you have this goals for this action plans. Then you have this use of critical resources. This might be based on the schedule. Whether you have within on time, or it is overloaded when it crosses the time. So this is taken into consideration. Next is the structure. Structure, you have factors like organizational design. So very, very important. So it's the step-by-step. It is step-by-step methodology. It is the step-by-step methodology. Yes. Which identifies the workflow. It identifies workflow. Then procedures. Then you have structures. Then you have systems. So these are the very important steps to be followed, which fits in the business. Business goals. Okay. So these are put to see whether they are going to see the new plan of the company to develop new changes. So this is very, very important. Then you have this job design. Job design is the arrangement. Arrangement, that is work arrangement. Yes. It reduces to overcome. For example, it aims to reduce dissatisfaction of employees. Very, very important, because every time when he's working on a particular job, he feels dissatisfied. So when you give him various jobs to be done, he feels very happy. So that is the aim of this job design and job to enhance the satisfaction of employee, because it has repetitive tasks, right? So to overcome the repetitive tasks, that's it's the main aim of job design. Then we have a leader and follower manner. So what is this leader and follower manner? Actually, it is the relationship. It is the relationship. It is a relationship that ensures that minimum resistance. Resistance means, for example, when a leader says something, leader has a willingness. A leader must have a willingness, okay, and the follower should follow it. The follower should follow the willingness, should follow the rules, like willingness. That is how it goes. It goes hand in hand, hand in hand. That is very, very important. Then we have this system supporting capability. It's very, very important. It talks about human. It talks about human in the system. Human in the system. Very, very important. So it enhances the infrastructure of where the human is working. Infrastructure, facilities. Then you have support systems. So these are very, very important to be taken into consideration while designing this capabilities, so that he works with safety. Very, very important. That's the main factor, main aim. Then we have this, resources, that is human and non-human. So human is always the man-made, and non-human is machines. So this to be taken into consideration. Then we have the challenge in project assessment. What are the challenges? See, for a project to be success and failure, we have two main areas. That is challenge in project assessment and key points. So this challenge actually talks about success, failure. Often they are the both important factors when there is either it will be a success or it will be failure. And how it is seen in the when you're continuing the project, how it is seen is based on the eye of the beholder. How he sees whether it will be a success or it will be a failure. And sometimes it may be incomplete. So incomplete means not finishing on proper time. There is lag in lead time. Then contradictory data. The data are not even. Uneven data. Then contradictory. So these are the factors which uncontrolled. Contradictory means uncontrolled. You are not controlled. You are not able to control the factors. Then time zone is constraints. Then value change. You're not giving a proper value to the project. For example, values like, you have a cost. You're planning for very costly equipments to be purchased, but you're not having enough funds. So there is shortage in funds. So these all should be taken into consideration. And unique setting means, for example, unique setting, it is like unlike. It is not like. It is unlike. This value change actually talks about funds like stock price. For example, it talks about stock price. Then also it talks about giving weightage to your project, giving weightage. So these are the important factors to be taken into consideration when considering the vein. And this unique setting is actually, it is like something. It is not like, it is different. So that is unique setting. Then we have key points, main key points like project subject to learning curve. What is this learning curve? Learning curve is a graphical. It is a graphical presentation. Which increases how the outcomes has been given importance. So it talks about the outcomes, how it is given importance. It shows the from bottom to top. So it's a curve. So this type of curves are seen in this project. So the best project management does not have guarantee project success. So because whatever the project might be, we cannot give any guarantee until and unless it is finished with the particular due date. Then allow the time to see project viability. Project viability means it is the number of ways. It is the number of ways where project can be done. Project viability means feasibility. Feasibility means it should not exceed. It should not exceed the cost limit. Once you fix on the goals. So when it is within the cost limit, then it is feasible. The project can be done in a successful manner. Then we have three main constraints. See, basic constraints means it is the limit for accessing the project's success. Like should have time, cost, performance. So time means very important is the project has to come in on and under the initially scheduled frame. Scheduled frame means the duration. Scheduled frame means duration, time. You're planning the time, whether 6 months or 12 months, so based on this, or 3 months. So you should based on the duration. It should be within the time frame. And cost, the project has to be completely within the budget limits. Like when you're fixing like 1 lakh, 1 million real, it should be within 1 million real, or 2 million real. It should be within the limit. You should not cross the limits. You should not cross the limits. Performance means outcome. Performance means output or outcome, whatever it is. Had to perform in a manner how it is intended. Means what you have aimed. It should be as per the aim, goal, objective. So it should be within the limits and within the aim of the project. Plus the customer satisfaction is very, very important. If whatever you do, the customer is the main aim is towards the customer, because he is the king. He is the king. He is the king. So we have to plan as per the satisfaction of customer. And project has to satisfy the needs of the intended user. So how he, for example, he should be feeling happy when he's using your product. So that's why the main aim is to feel, you should satisfy his needs.